So Skyrim has a lot of unique enemies. A lot of them will wreck you when you come across them, but that's okay. We won't judge much. These enemies can range from tiny cute crabs to giant fire-breathing dragons. It is our duty to slay these enemies and have fun doing so in the process. So today I am going to go over 5 of the strongest enemies you can come across in Skyrim. Now these are all chosen in my own personal opinion, and the number doesn't represent if they are better. Nonetheless, if you disagree, that's okay. Personal opinion is a privilege. Remember that. If you do enjoy the content, I make a few videos every week, so feel free to hit the sub-dub button. Do it, boy and girl, yeah. So let's start the countdown, and here's a picture of Mike for you to look at, because he's a cat, you know, meow. So at number 5 we have the giants. These big old humanoid feckers are really tall and really tough. They use their fists, their legs, and a big ass club to fight. Like one schmack from this yoke and you're shooting off like the Apollo 13 into space. Giants can be found roaming the wilds of Skyrim in places like the Pale. When you do come across giants, they will more than likely be in the company of a few woolly mammoths. They like herding these guys around for cheese. Cheese is nice, right, Shigarat?
Cheese for everyone!
Yeah dude, their clubs may be stone or wood and they like wearing fur pelts. This covers the downstairs because children play this game too. If you see a giant, it won't attack unless provoked, which usually means shooting it in the face with an arrow or going up so close that it feels the high five you were trying to give it was a bit too close for comfort that he may just ask you to go and seek some help. I found the best way to kill these big grumps is to kite them around as much as possible. Stock up on arrows and mana pots because you're gonna be using a whole lot of them. Try find a high point or somewhere near water. Giants absolutely hate water because it's wet. But if you haven't gotten stuck in these guys early into the hours of Skyrim, then you're not playing Skyrim right. So next we have number 4, and that is going to be the Graven. These nasty looking yokes were once probably beautiful. Maybe it's debatable, but they were witches beforehand. Witches that became Graven. These bird-like creatures that are not nice to look at. They have feathers and claws and blah. You can learn about the entire process in a quest actually. I think it's called Repentance or something. So they have 2 types of combat, close quarters and ranged magic. It's easy enough to manipulate her close combat, get yourself a high armor rating character and a big old sword and you will chop them down like roast turkey. For the ranged magic, just outdamage them with your archery or magic. They usually favor fire over other spells, so get some fire resistant potions and you will be all good. They are usually around level 20 and will mess you up early in the game. Like these guys are known to go out and capture and sacrifice Spriggans, and even though I cannot stand Spriggans, it's still kinda cruel. Like imagine Groot being tortured. At number 3 we are going to have Master Vampires. Now I know someone is going to turn around and be like, but there's harder ones like the volley. Shush. Master Vampires are still difficult, even only being a harder variant of normal ones. I can promise you, if you know Skyrim and play on Adept or above and have come across one of these guys, you have struggled and died multiple times to those hands. The Drain. I usually find one in Hamer's Shame early game because they tend to be random spawns, and found more around levels 31 and 38 in caves and stuff. They are pretty dank with clothing. Those robes, bro, are they enchanted? What? They might wear elven armor too, but it depends. So to beat these guys, you need to get a hammer and stake. Nah, I'm just kidding with you. You gotta outdamage them early game. If you plan on trying to, don't. It's suicidal, unless you're me, because I'm good. They use that stupid drain spell. So just outdamage them with magicka or archery and bring lots of pots. You're gonna need them, trust me. Or get a big sword and jab 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 until they're dead. It works almost 43.2% of the time, and I did not make that number up. So have you ever walked into a dingy and dark cave, explored to the end after fighting wave after wave of Draugr, only to see a big sarcophagus ahead, assuming it's a measly overlord because you're the Dragonborn and you're so epic and cool and stuff that they should put you in a movie. But instead of that, a floating dragon priest appears, and absolutely. So these guys are horrible. Oh god, they spawn at levels 50 and 60, that high. Except Zacharias, I think that's how you pronounce it. He's different. The runt of the litter. He scales at level 25 all the way up to 60. He's easy. But anyway, so these guys are annoying. They can summon Atronox, but they can also control Daedra, and they can also use elementals to suit themselves. Just bring pots, lots of pots. They have this awesome high-pitched scream, kind of like a mating call letting a Dragonborn know, I'm coming for you. They usually start off by casting Ebony Flash and summoning something. What you should do is keep yourself using resistant potions to suit the magic they are using and outdamage them again. Might be hard with surrounding Draugr or whatever they summon, but do your best. You are in for a tough fight. Like these guys were working for the dragon overlords back in the old days. So they are pretty big. There's 8 of them around Skyrim 2. 8 main ones because in the later stages of the game, random ones can spawn. They also always gather word walls, so at least you have that to look forward to. So for the final entry on this list, I have chosen the Eldar dragon. Again, I know there's a bigger birdie than this one, but these guys are horrible when they are encountered. Like, oh god, one day I'm strolling along thinking to myself, oh god, not another dragon. Yawn. So I get into the fight like smack, 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 and he's all like, yeah, you're dead. Dead. That's all I see. They will start spawning around 22 up to levels 50, so you're in for a treat, and they will be hard until 50, I promise you that. Unless you play on novice because you're a wimp. They have considerably higher health pools and attack damage than normals, and can use both frost and fire breath, so bring pots of all sorts. Pots are the saviors of these people, because you're going to be drinking them like a night out in the binge, except if the night included fighting dragons. Wouldn't that be neat? They are bigger than normals and are like a bronze kind of colour with horns on their head and black dots across their body. Just go into the fight with high armor rating, high elemental resistance, and a nasty weapon of some sorts, and you will take them down. You are the Dragonborn, aren't you? Kill the mofo. So that's it for this list. Let me know if there's a particular list you want to see, because I care about your opinions. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to sub if you enjoy Elder Scrolls content. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.